Hello Cancer, welcome to August. This is Teresa from Tarot by T, and I am getting ready to do your August Love TarotScope, and I want to create some sacred space around this reading and call in some good energy. And I want to also say thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel, and thank you for commenting, and also for those of you who've ordered readings, thank you for your support. So we have two eclipses this month, a lunar eclipse in Aquarius on August 7th, and a solar, which is a full moon, and that represents endings or culmination, so things might be coming to a completion, and that will happen in your 8th house. Which the 8th house is the house of sex, death, and transformation. So it could be that some financial resource that you've been counting on may either come to an end, or it could mean that you're finishing up, if you're applying for a loan, you might be finishing up paperwork. It has to do with credit cards, taxes. You may be paying a tax bill. And then the new moon, which is the solar eclipse in Leo, happens in your 2nd house. So your money houses are being activated this month, where you might be ending one type of financial situation and then beginning something totally new, something that gives you a lot more self-confidence and security, self-esteem. So you could be getting a promotion in your job even, or something that brings in more money. Some relationship that brings in more money. So let's see. And the solar eclipse, it's whatever work you're doing, it's gonna bring in money because it's affecting your 2nd house, and that's the house of self-worth. It's not only the house of, it's the house of security, feeling secure within yourself, but it's also value. What do I value? And with all this energy in Leo, it's going to be really important for you to feel that the work that you do is expressing who you are. That if you're doing work and you're getting paid for it, you don't want to just do a job just for the money. You want to do a job that also speaks to your soul purpose. And you can find that with this eclipse. Because the North Node is connected to it. And that's the node of karmic destiny. So we are all in it, and it's going to affect all of us in different ways, depending on what house it falls in. But it's going to affect us finding our path, finding our soul path. This is a great opportunity to release whatever's no longer serving you, release your blockages. If there's been something that's holding you back from your earning capacity, holding you back from security, some type of security situation, you have an opportunity to release whatever's been holding you back with the full moon, and then embark on something new with the solar eclipse, the new moon. So let's see what the cards say about love and relationships for August. What does Cancer need to know about love and relationships for August? What does Cancer need to know about relationships? May only the highest forces be present to ensure that the truth be told. The 5 of Pentacles, the Chariot, the 4 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands, the 10 of Cups, the 7 of Cups, the 3 of Swords, the Page of Cups, the 8 of Wands, the Strength card. Okay, let's see. So there could be some surprises with career also, I'm getting. Because with this solar eclipse, it's going to be trine Uranus. The moon is going to be trine Uranus from the 2nd house. And it's going to be trine Uranus in your 10th house. So there could be some surprising developments in your career path as a result of your relationship with a woman. So that's just aside from this reading, that's just something that... Okay, so you start the month off with the Five of Pentacles. Here, this is a card of financial insecurity. You're feeling like you're struggling, like there's not enough money. You might, even if you make a lot of money, you may feel like, okay, I don't have enough. I'm having trouble making ends meet, paying my bills. It can also mean going through some type of depression where you feel like you're on the outside. You're not feeling included in a group situation, or you're feeling like you're out in the cold in some way. You're feeling cut off from the people that you love. It could be that just because it could be a mental thing, not necessarily that you're really cut off, but a part of it is self-worth, that you feel like you're not good enough. There's something that's available to you and you're afraid to take it, or you're afraid to pursue it because you're feeling not worthy or inadequate in some way. So it's a self-esteem issue, and that actually fits perfectly with this second 8th house astrology, because the second house has to do with self-esteem. So what you have to ask yourself around the full moon is, why do I feel like I'm not good enough? Because it's not true. You have talent just like everyone else. But there's something within you that makes you feel inadequate, that makes you feel not good enough or not worthy. And you have to release that at the full moon. This month you're going to be releasing that. That's what you need to work on. Feeling that you have value. Feeling that what you have is worthy. That your contribution is worthy. You don't have to be on the outside looking in. You can be recognized as someone who is worthy. That's the theme for the month of August. And you have the Chariot here. The Chariot is a card of victory, but the card of victory through focus and discipline. So you might have been scattering your energies, where you're doing a lot of little things, a lot of things here and there, but nothing, you're not focusing on anything with intensity. So you have to call in your scattered energy and really zero in on what you want. What is it that would make you happy? What is it? If it's a relationship, is it money? Is it a career path? Whatever it is, you have to learn to release the things that are not going to take you where you want to go, and focus on the things that are going to take you where you want to go. It's like the 80-20 rule. You know, you want to do 20% of your actions that are going to bring 80% return. You don't want to waste your time on things and people that are holding you back, that are not going to give you what you need. Now, you have the Four of Pentacles here in the past. So a part of your problem is wanting to hold on to things. Cancer has a tendency to cling. You don't like to let go. So you will hold on to something even if it's hurting you, even if it's dragging you down. You're going to hold on to it for dear life. So you have to learn to release. That's, just let go. If something's not working, let go. You don't have to hold on. You don't have to be miserable in a situation that's not working for you. Whether it's career or relationship, if something's just not right, if it's not making you happy, if it's not bringing you joy when you think about doing it, let it go. Don't hold on so tight. And also, this is a card of trying not to control the outcome. A lot of times, we have plans. And you have to have some type of strategic plan. That old saying of, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Yes, you have to have a plan. But you can't have a rigid plan. The plan has to be flexible. So you can't plan every detail and expect it to fall into place exactly like you've envisioned it. Sometimes life, throws us curveballs. So we have to learn how to go with the flow, and we have to learn how to make changes along the way. So don't hold on to a rigid plan. Let a little bit, just give it some space. So if you're in a relationship, maybe you need to give your partner a little bit more freedom. Maybe you're trying to hold on too tightly, and in doing that, you're pushing the person away. Because I'm seeing heartache here with the Three of Swords. There's something that's not making you happy, something that you're needing to release or cut away, and a part of you doesn't want to let go. So let go of what is no longer serving you. Let go of whatever's making you unhappy or making you feel depressed or unfulfilled. If it's a career path, get on a new path. Find out what it is that you really want to do and focus your energies there. You don't have to stay in a situation that's making you unhappy, or that's not bringing you joy. You should wake up every day and thinking, I want to do this. I love the person I'm with. I love the job I'm doing. And if the answer is no, then you need to find that person or that job where the answer will be yes. Here you have the Two of Wands in the recent past. And the Two of Wands is about, it's about partnership and decision making. Twos are about making a decision, choosing. This Two of Wands is also about a partnership. You know, you put some energy out there and you're waiting to see the results. So you may have planted some seeds, and maybe the results aren't coming quickly enough for you, and you're starting to doubt the whole process. But you have the Ten of Cups in the future, so there is potential. There's a lot of love around you. If you're feeling depressed and lonely, it's not because you don't have people around you that love you. It's more of a mental construct, so you might be not really opening yourself up to the love that's around you. You need to recognize it and be willing to receive, but also be willing to give. Sometimes the Four of Pentacles can represent, like you want people to love you. You want to give to receive. You know, sometimes we want to be loved, you know, and we don't know how to give to get that love. So this is a card of putting something out there. You have to put energy out there. You can't just sit home and wait for like the prince to show up at your door. You have to go out and try to meet people and try to, you know, take the initiative. You have to, you know, if someone's not calling you, call them. You know, if you say, then what could happen with this card is you're sitting home thinking, oh, I have no friends, no one's calling me, no one's inviting me out, nobody likes me. Well, you have to take the initiative. Pick up the phone, say, hey, what are you doing tonight? Let's go somewhere, let's do this. You don't have to have it always the other person making the first move. Sometimes you have to make the move. So that's the energy of this card. Because there's a lot of love around there for you. I'm seeing love. There's potential for love. The Seven of Cups here. This is a card of being stuck in the choices. So you could have, maybe you're dating several people and you're not sure which one you love, which one you want to be with. Or if it's a career situation, you have several options on how you want to develop your skills, and you haven't made a choice of where to focus, which is the Chariot. So, and that can cause depression. Being stuck in the choices can make you depressed because you're not moving, you're stagnant because you haven't made a decision. Once you make that choice, once you make that decision, then all of a sudden you feel this release, this free energy. Like, okay, I've decided I'm not going to take this, this, and this. I'm going to focus on this. And then suddenly you have a new lease on life. But as long as you're stuck and you haven't made the choice, you're going to be stagnant. You're going to feel that depression, that sense of lack of accomplishment. So you have to make a choice this month. Even if it involves cutting away what no longer serves you. Because you have the Three of Swords here. And this is in your negative. You're afraid of what you need. You know what you need to do, but you're afraid of it. You know what you need to cut away. So it could be that you need to break out of a relationship that you haven't been happy with for a long time. It could be a career situation where you feel like you're not being valued, you're not making enough money. You need some new, fresh blood in your life. You want to, you kind of lost your motivation or you lost your enthusiasm. So with this full moon that's coming on August 7th, it's a time for you to release what's been blocking you, release what's no longer serving you, so that you can embrace the energy of the solar eclipse, the new moon. Because look what's coming. You have the Page of Cups here. Now the Page of Cups can represent a child. Some of you might be having problems with a child that you might be cut off from. Maybe if you want to leave a relationship, you're afraid of the child that you're leaving behind. Maybe you've grown attached to certain children, and if you're ending a relationship, you don't want to lose contact with your children. It could also represent, if it doesn't represent children, the Page of Cups, it can represent a birth. But it can also represent a new creative project or a new love. And because it's a page, it could be something that's not someone that you've known in the past. Kings and queens represent established relationships. Pages can be something new coming. It's at the beginning stages. It's a young, fresh energy. This person, so you could be if you're not involved with someone, you could be meeting someone who is a little bit on the immature side, maybe someone even younger than you. If they're not younger than you, then they have this immature energy or this naive energy. They're just sweet and sensitive and kind, a little bit on the naive side. And they're offering love. This is a message of love. So there is someone around in your environment that cares very much about you and wants to let you know how they feel. And here you have the Eight of Wands. This is doors opening up career-wise, but it's also the hours of love. It's travel, it's speed, it's journeys, things happening quickly. So it's possible if you can release yourself, if you're not happy in a relationship, and you're afraid to release yourself, thinking, well, maybe I won't meet another person, maybe I'll never find another person that's better for me. Don't worry about it, because this shows that there is going to be love there for you. There's love waiting in the wings. So don't stay in a situation where you're not happy. Don't stay in a relationship that's not honoring who you are, that's not making you feel valued and appreciated. You don't have to stay and suffer. You can move on to something better, something exciting. This Eight of Wands shows, the hours of love. Now, the Strength card represents this is the one thing that you have to work on. You may have some issues with your emotions. Your emotions might be going to extremes. Extreme highs, extreme lows. So maybe one day you're really happy, next day you're really sad. So you might need to go talk to a counselor. If you're having problems in a relationship, counseling could help. The other thing that the Strength card can mean, that you might be dealing with someone who has anger issues, has trouble controlling their anger. So that could be you or the person you're dealing with. In any case, counseling would be helpful. You want to just learn how to get your needs met without going to extremes, without letting your emotions get the better of you. But there's a lot of love here coming up. You just have to, and it could be that you're in a relationship and you really just need to talk to the person. And maybe the relationship is worth saving, and you just need to see a counselor, like a marriage counselor or a relationship counselor, to salvage things so that you're not feeling so alone, so lonely. Because this Ten of Cups is love. You're surrounded by people who really love you, but you just, for some reason, you can't see it. It's not getting through. So the three things that I'm getting from this reading is, if you are in a relationship and you're having some problems, counseling could possibly help salvage it. If you're in a situation where you feel like you just can't deal with it anymore, it's just not working, then this is maybe a time for some of you to cut away what's no longer working, and so that you can be free to love, to find the love that you really deserve, to find someone who truly values you. You don't want to put up with a relationship that's not valuing you, that's not honoring who you are. You don't want to feel neglected or unloved or out in the cold, because you have that potential. You have the potential for new beginnings. And it could be even career beginnings where you start to feel valued in your job, or feel like that you are a person that people look up to, and you have that they value your contribution. Because I feel like you're going to be working on, in this month of August, you're going to be working on your self-esteem. You have an opportunity to build up your self-esteem. And part of the process is by releasing the things that don't make you feel good about yourself, the things that don't honor you, so that you can then build on the things that do honor you and invite more of that into your life. So I hope this reading has been a help to you, Cancer, and I wish you much luck and love, and there is hope. So have a wonderful August, and I will talk to you again in September. Thank you. Bye now.